it started out as just a series we were watching, Apple Plus, called C, with blind people, and I thought that was really interesting. I've always had this fascination with how sound affects people, because one of my first big quote-unquote, it was a fireworks in the park in Tyler, Lindsay Park, when they would always do that. One of Core Factors, it was our third show ever. And but there was a big crowd out there that used to go out there, and there was a deaf girl and her mother watching. I didn't know that she was deaf at the time, but I noticed that something was different, and then I started seeing her sign. I was like, okay. But she was moving, she was feeling it. Really having a good time, and I was like, I wanted to understand it. And when we got done
understand how she hears.
They came up, and the mom was like, hey, I really wish I could remember her name. I'm horrible with names. I don't remember even people I work with. I have a thing with names.
They'll be thrilled to know that.
Yeah, I know. But they came up and they were like, we just wanted to say, thank you for putting on a show and having a good time. And that's one thing I always wanted to try to do, is to have that show element. She was signed to her, telling her that, she obviously could enjoy it for the visuals, but then she would come up and she would feel the subs that we had. I can't remember what we had, but anyway.
I wonder if she could feel the sensation of the air displacement in her ears, even though her eardrums don't pick up or convey sound properly. I wonder if she could still feel like the pulsating of the bass.
If
her ears were still catching the vibrations, like even the outside of her ear. I just wonder about that.
I'd be curious. Yeah, I'd be
how
curious to know.
sensitive she would be to that.
Yeah, I was very touched. It made my night. And also, we had played mostly acoustic stuff, and that night we got to play a Zakk Wylde song.
Fun. Even better.
Yeah, it's kind of this southern rock song. It was really fun. So speaking of Black Sails, it kind of reminded me of that.
Probably did, yeah, for sure.
But I was so fascinated by that she then spurred me on to go for my foreign language in college to study American Sign Language.
Yeah.
So I took 4 semesters of that, and that was really a big
awesome.
part of that. That moment.
Interesting. And that's what got me onto this kick with the blind in C. Yeah.
And then we just thought it really had this cool ambience. Yeah. And we were going to do a moment in time episode and just chat about this soundtrack, this score that we thought was cool.
Yeah.
But
then it grew.